got a few odds and ends of things that I had to do tonight before I started cooking, so I figured I'd videotape it and share it with you. Why not? Get some content out there. What I'm getting ready to make here is my salt, pepper, garlic mixture. The original recipe I got called for 3 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper. But we didn't want that much salt in our diet, so I reduced it by a tablespoon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start adding my ingredients together. Pretty simple, pretty quick. I've got 2 tablespoons of kosher coarse salt that I'm going to add to the container. Then next to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic. And then the third and final, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of coarse ground black pepper. Now this is a finer coarse ground. I actually have like 2 or 3 different grinds that I use, but I find that when I'm cooking and I'm not using this as a rub for a meat or anything, that the finer coarse ground works better in dishes, and it's very flavorful. I use this all the time. So all I'm going to do right now is put the lid on, and then I'm going to mix it up. And call it done. And there you have it. Salt, pepper, garlic. Try it. I think you'll like it. I use it on everything. And that is it. So we're going to move on to creamer. Thank you, and we'll see you in a minute. I had a little time on my hands today, and I wanted a cup of coffee, and I ran out of creamer. And about, I want to say a year ago, I decided to start making my own creamer because I know what's in it. There's no preservatives, and I know it's nothing in there that's going to hurt me, and I just prefer it. So I just started making my own creamer, and I figured I'd share that with you today. I did a little cost analysis on it too. I did find that my creamer is a little more expensive. It costs about 89 cents more than what you can buy in the store, but like I said, the benefits outweigh the cost because there's no preservatives or additives in it. This creamer will last for at least 2 weeks in the refrigerator. Mine never makes it 2 weeks because I use a lot of creamer. I drink a lot of coffee when I'm working. So right now, we'll get going on this. So what I'm going to add first, this is a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk that we're going to add. And while this is draining, I'm going to set my burner at 6, my medium high, a little medium high. Try and get all that goodness out of there. I don't want to lose any of it. And then next we're going to add a can of evaporated milk. That's a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And if you make this and you don't want to use the evaporated milk, you can actually make it less expensive by just bumping up your milk content. But I kind of like the texture, so I always leave it in there. And then I'm also going to add 2 cups of milk. I'm going to let that go ahead and get warm, start cooking. I'm not going to bring this to a boil, but I do want to get it cooking. And I'll get the rest of that off with the spatula here in a little bit. And that's basically it. I have one more ingredient to add, but I don't want to add that until I get all of the ingredients that are in there now going. And oddly enough, the last ingredient is vanilla, and vanilla is the most expensive ingredient in this recipe, which just totally floors me. I guess it's like gasoline. You need it so they can charge you an arm and a leg for it, even though the oil barrel prices are dropping. It's a seasoning. You need it to cook, so you gotta have it. And yes, I could make my own vanilla, I know. It's just convenient to get the stuff out of the store. Making vanilla is time consuming. It takes a few weeks. So while we're waiting for this to heat up and let the condensed milk kind of melt in with the milk and the evaporated milk, I'll just keep stirring it. I don't want it to burn or anything, because it is on a heat that is possible for it to burn, but I do want to get it hot enough before I add the vanilla. Now, I also like flavored creamers, and I found that I like peppermint the best. So if I'm going to make my peppermint cream for my coffee, then I'll use just a tablespoon of vanilla and a tablespoon of the peppermint extract, and that works just fine. But tonight we're going to just do straight vanilla in this. And the burner's getting hot enough, and I think my liquid is starting to heat up too. Just going to test it really quick. Oh, got a little bit more to go. Basically, you want to get it all mixed together. You want to make sure that it's well combined. So this is truly like watching water boil without bringing it to a boil. Okay, now that my liquid is starting to get hot enough, it's starting to steam, as you can see. I don't want it to boil. I'm going to shut my heat off, and I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of vanilla to it. And yes, it is a darker color than your French vanillas and stuff that you get in the store. If you don't like the darker color from the vanilla, I believe you can get a clear vanilla. I don't ever see it in my grocery store, and the color doesn't matter to me. It's just as long as it tastes good. And this stuff really does taste good. And that's it. So, hope you try it. Give it a shot. If you were happy with the video, please like it. If you want to go out and get yourself an account on YouTube, you can. It's free. And just subscribe and share if you think this is something one of your friends might like. And we will move on to the next thing. Thank you. Good night.